Now, if you like log cabins, and in particular dovetail notched log cabins like this cabin, check out my website. It's called logdovetailJig.com. And on that site, I have a lot of pictures of other cabins. And you can also buy plans for building jigs that will allow you to cut these notches. And the plans are cheap, and you would build the jigs out of wood, use your chainsaw to make these notches. And the plans are custom designed for whatever size log that you're going to be using for your cabin, including what size gap that you plan to have in between. So each one is custom designed for each person's cabin. Well, today I've got a little tour for you of this little tiny cabin. And so our main house is right here, and I've got a different video where we did a tour of this cabin. It's about 1,100 square feet cabin. And now I've got this small cabin back here. It's kind of like a guest cabin, and also built this carport to connect the two buildings. So let's do a little quick tour of this cabin. And the dimensions on this front part, the log part, is 11 by 15 feet. So this front room is just a little living room and kitchenette area. So we've got a good sized refrigerator. I have a 2-burner propane cooktop here. No oven, no microwave. Some basic cabinets and sink here. It's a really comfortable little guest cabin. Now, just like I did on a previous cabin video, on this cabin, I covered the ceiling with canvas tarp material from Home Depot. So that's just canvas, very inexpensive, nailed directly to the rafters. There's spray foam insulation above. And with that fabric, over time it shrinks and it tightens. So it makes a really nice, smooth, inexpensive, and easy to put up ceiling. Now you'll ask about the fireplace. So this is a 0 clearance chimney box for the wood stove pipe to go through. That's insulated stovepipe. So this is built to code, and that's totally fine with that fabric there. And so this is just a pretty inexpensive wood stove, but it does a really good job of heating this place up. Got fairly low clearance is one reason I liked it, and it was kind of compact for this corner. And so again, this room is 11 by 15. And it's got a nice little seating area here. And a table. These are reclining chairs. And this roof pitch is 612 on this cabin here. Ceiling fan's nice. And this cabin is, even though we're off grid, this cabin has power, flush toilets, wood heat. Also, we'll see in a minute, has a propane wall heater, running water obviously, and a hot water tank, hot water heater. So yeah, just pretty basic, simple cabinets built with Home Depot lumber. Okay, let's check out the bedroom area. So this addition, which starts where I'm standing here, is a 12-foot wide by 16-foot deep addition. And we'll see in a minute, there's a bathroom here behind this sliding door and a closet over here. So the 16 feet goes clear to the back of that wall where the bathroom is. So we have a queen-size bed here. And very basic, simple construction. No sheetrock. The ceiling in here and the walls, except for the log wall, are made from tongue and groove Home Depot lumber again. And one thing I've found that's really nice to do is to paint the walls white, but then use a dark wood for trim and for doors. And then on the cabin, it's right the opposite. The walls are darker and the trim on the windows and doors is light color, it's white. So having that contrast, I think, is pretty nice. So pretty simple propane heat here, just so we can kind of keep everything from freezing when we leave. And let's check out the bathroom. So pretty basic bathroom. A flush toilet here. Pretty compact sink and vanity, as well as some storage here. And a shower here. So here's the homemade barnwood doors. I made these out of sawmill lumber. Bought the hardware at Home Depot for the barn door track. I framed up the wall and sided it, covered it with this tongue and groove. And here I left this cavity open to make a little place for books. And I'll eventually probably add some more shelving here to make some more room for some other books. And then we have just a small closet here. Fairly narrow closet. Hot water heater. So that might give you some ideas on how you could build a small cabin and then potentially add on to it. It's fairly easy to build a 12 by 16 log cabin, and at that point you could do a framed addition or even more log construction, but just by having this front room as log, the whole thing feels like a true log cabin, and it is. And so having a framed addition with board and batten siding and tongue and groove lumber on the walls, I think is a good way to go. It's kind of nice to have the contrast, I think, to go into a different room with a different feel to it. But it's a really peaceful place to sleep and to get away. So that's going to wrap up the tour of this little cabin. Hope you like that, and hope you subscribe and tune in again for the next video.